guys, welcome to Godly Garden and Homestead. I am Christina. I am a gardener. I am an herbalist, and I am a future homesteader in Virginia in Zone 7B. Why is my throat? Today we are on our porch and we are getting ready to harvest some of our herbs so we can wash them and we can hang dry them so that we can get ready to preserve them. Now, I will say that when it comes to harvesting and preserving, I got to get a little bit better. I will harvest things and then I will let it hang to dry a bit longer than it should be. So our aim today, our aim this harvest is to not do that. So what we have is we have our clean snips. Since none of our plants are diseased, we don't have to keep washing our snips. We are going to go from plant to plant, harvesting the things that we need to harvest. And we also have our basket. Isn't this basket so cute? I found this basket at Goodwill yesterday for $2.99, and I bought a couple of more because I only have one harvesting basket, and I was like, I need more baskets. So if you're looking for cheap, inexpensive, cute little baskets, check out your local Goodwill. So the first plant that we're going to harvest from is going to be our lemon balm. Our lemon balm did die back. We had a couple of weeks of a cold front that came in and a lot of our leaves died back. But as you can see, this baby has came back. Now we also had stevia in here. The stevia has died off. So we won't worry about that, but we are definitely going to harvest some of these lemon balm leaves. Now, if you don't know about lemon balm is a great medicinal herb. It's used in a lot of teas and tinctures. Lemon balm is good for people with anxiety. It has a very calming effect. So not only is it good for people with anxiety, but it also is good for people that may have some sleep issues. Lemon balm is definitely top 3 for medicinal herbs for those that deal with anxiety or some level of stress and things such as that. So we are just going to get in here and harvest as much as we possibly can. Now, lemon balm is a perennial. And if you don't know what a perennial means, that means this plant is going to grow back year after year. Now, it's also an invasive plant, meaning that you want to keep this thing contained in some type of pot, or you can also plant it in ground. But a lot of people, what they will do is they will cut out the bottom of a pot, say like this. They will cut the bottom out and then plant the lemon balm in there and then put this around it just so it's not spreading. One of the things that I learned when I first planted lemon balm was that it was invasive and it started taking over my entire garden bed. And it will definitely do that. If you plant it in ground, it will take over whatever space. It's just like mint. Very invasive. But if you're okay with that, then plant it and it will continue to grow and spread. Okay, I do want to leave a little bit on there because I feel like temperatures aren't going to drop that low coming up. So we'll still have some more that we can harvest fresh from. So we have our lemon balm in here. Next, let's look and see if we have any oregano that we can harvest. So we have 2 oregano plants. This is the first one. This one was purchased from one of those big box stores, I believe, about 3 or 4 years ago. So the fact that it's still alive and still producing lets you know that this is another perennial herb. A lot of people use oregano just as a culinary herb, but it also has medicinal uses as well. And I don't know exactly offhand, so I will tag it up here. And I also just cut off some of the, if we can zoom in on that, some of the flowers. It started to flower, which means it's going to seed, which means we can dry and harvest these seeds. Now, they're a little damp, so I should have left them on, but I'm going to see if I can dry this out in the house. Thing with harvesting your herbs, if you see this brown woody part, we don't want to be harvesting way down here because then we will be killing our plant off. Typically what we want is that we have this right here. This is the wood stem, and then we have two branches coming off right here. If we can see right in here that this is woody part, we don't want to trim down here, so we're going to trim a little bit above that so we can encourage it to continue to grow. So we're not trimming all the way down to the wood. And because I don't have a bunch of long pieces to hang that will be like this to hang, I'm probably going to slowly dry the oregano. I'm probably either going to lay it flat to dry. Now when you lay it flat, you don't want them bunched up. You want them all spaced out and separate so they can dry properly. Or you can put them on a cookie sheet, put it in the oven on your lowest setting. And then what I would do is also I keep the oven door open because we don't want to cook our herbs. We just want them to dry. But if you also have an air fryer, a lot of air fryers come with a a dehydrating setting, and you can dehydrate them in your air fryer. But what I think I'm also going to do is put some of this in some, I'm going to wash it, put some of this in some water, and put it in the refrigerator in a cup of water. Put the stems in the cup of water, and then you can also put a plastic bag over the cup to keep the herbs fresh. We are going to move over here to, we have just a little bit of sage, and I'm not going to touch this because I started this from seed. Oh, we have another little sage that's poking in. We have another little baby sage that's starting to come in, but this is all the sage that I have. So I'm going to actually keep the sage. I'm not going to harvest it at all because I want it to continue to grow. I'm going to leave my rosemary out here. I'm not going to touch that. My summer savory and my thyme. I'm going to just leave all of that there. But the main thing that I wanted to harvest was my mint, and it's starting to get a little sad. The mint is also another one that had died back and came back, but now it looks like it's dying back again. The temperatures had dropped down into the 30s the other night, so it's actually going to be pretty warm today. So now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not going to harvest this. I want this to spring back a little bit before I pick any of this. Yeah, I want this to spring back. And then this is our spearmint. Oh, it smells so good. Now, the mint was started from seed a few years ago. The spearmint I actually purchased from a local garden center a few weeks ago and planted it in this pot. I think I have some of this in the house that's already dried, so I'm not going to harvest any more of the yarrow. The horehound, now since I know, if you caught one of our last videos and we were talking about the medicinal uses of the horehound, and I was going to put it in our honey cough syrup, but it was fuzzy and I thought that I had dried it incorrectly, and I thought that it had got fungus and mold on it. But I'm looking at it right now. Let me bring you in. I'm looking at it right now, and it is most definitely supposed to look fuzzy like that. It's supposed to be like that. Not only did I come out here and inspect mine, but I looked it up online, and it's supposed to look like that. Because for a minute I was like, that is mold or fungus. And then I was also like, some spiders have been creating some type of cobwebs in here. But no, it's supposed to be like this. So if you're growing horehound for the first time, just know it is supposed to look like that. And horehound is a great medicinal herb for coughs, bronchitis, colds, things like that. The cold and flu season. Um, I'm going to make another batch of honey cough syrup, and I'm going to put some in there now that I know that it's supposed to look the way it looks. I'm going to make another batch, but I'm probably just going to do a horehound just by itself, because I heard that it's a really good herb to make as a cough syrup all by itself. So we're going to do that. We have another oregano right here, and this was started from seed a few years ago, and it not only needs to be pruned, but you can tell that I pruned it incorrectly. Down here is our holy basil, and that cold snap came through and just basically killed off our holy basil. But we have a lot of seeds. We have so many flowers that came in. So there's seeds in all of these, and I'll show you how we're going to harvest the seeds. But let's see what else. I think that's it. We have our toothache plant over there, but we just harvested that about a week ago to make a toothache tincture, and I don't see many flower bulbs that have um, gotten big enough for a harvest yet. So we're not going to harvest any of the toothache. We're going to leave our culinary herb box that we created with our rosemary and all of that stuff in it. We're going to leave that there. We're going to leave our mint, our yarrow, our horehound, our other oregano, and then we are going to harvest some of these seeds from our rosemary bush. I mean, not our rosemary, our holy basil. We're going to harvest some of those seeds a little bit later. And then the other box that we have up here is a lettuce and flower blend that I started back in September, except for our marigolds. And I found out what type of marigolds these are. So I believe it's called Bolero, and they are so beautiful. And we have a little bit of outrageous lettuce back in here. And then we have a gourmet blend mix. And I can tell right now that this is red Russian kale in this gourmet mix. And this over here is arugula. I actually love arugula, so I'm going to take a little piece of this. I have ate some of arugula has this peppery spiciness to it. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. I did harvest from there, and it has grown back, but we're not going to harvest it today because we have lettuce in the house. And let's see, that's it. That's it. Our catnip is done for the season. We don't have any more catnip left, and those are all the herbs that I have that's on the porch. And all the herbs that were down in the beds, those are gone as well too. The only other thing that I probably have that I can check on is some green beans. I saw that my contender beans were starting to grow. So we can go check on that and see if we have any beans. Yesterday I came out and fertilized with some Alaska fish fertilizer. I've been trying to stay on top of that now and fertilize every week until it gets cold, and then we won't be fertilizing anymore. We'll just put down a granular fertilizer and then just let that slow release throughout the rest of the fall and winter season. So let's check on our green beans. These are our contender beans right here. Yeah, these are the contenders. And I had harvested a few the other day, and we just have just this little baby right here. It's not ready, and neither is that one. But I see some more ones coming in. Again, that little cold front that we had did come in and hinder a little bit of it. Killed off some of the leaves. Our black eyed peas back here definitely definitely took the brood of all of that coldness. So I don't know if they're going to come back. I'm not sure that they're going to snap back. And I haven't even gotten one black eyed pea from that. We have some other some other beans over here. I haven't seen much growth from them. I was just trying my hand at doing a fall planting of the beans. I think what I'm going to do next year is start them a little bit sooner, because I started them, I believe, in September. I do see a little bit of peas growing. I see flowering, I should say. I don't see the actual peas, but I see flowering. Let me show you what we got going over here. So this is our big bed right here. All of our lettuces. We have some brassicas growing. I see a little bit of sproutage in some of the broccoli back here. Some of the broccoli rabe is doing pretty good. Like, everything's doing good. But hold on, because this is my first time growing the bronze beauty lettuce. I literally just noticed this. Is this bronze? Yes, this is a bronze beauty right here. Let me show you something that will help you determine whether or not you should be growing a certain lettuce, and if it's too cold, if it's too hot, if it's too cold. So if you can see these bronze beauties down here, they are looking good. They're low to the ground. They're looking really nice, getting really full. Okay. But if you can see this one back here, oh, never mind. I was about to say, if you see this one back here, this one is tall. Why is the stem so tall? That's because that means it's bolting. It's going to go to seed soon. But this is not bronze beauty. These four right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, is bronze beauty. This is the Chadwick rodent. And I don't know exactly what that's supposed to look like, but I can tell you right now, still, this is bolting. It should not be on this long stem like this. Even though this is my first time growing it, I can tell because I have other ones over here, and this one right here beside it looks nothing like this one. Look at this stem. It's bolting, and it's probably going to go to seed if we keep having these warm days like this. The plants get confused when we have a couple of days of hot weather. Like, we've had some 70, 75-degree weather, and then we'll have a 40-degree weather right after that, or it'll drop down into the 30s and things like that. So some of my plants are covered, with frost covering. Some of them are covered with insect netting, and then some of them are not covered at all. And it's just confusing to the plants. So they're like, oh, what should we be doing right now? So that's why we have some bolting here. But I'm gonna try this. I haven't actually tasted the Chadwick Roden. Oh my gosh, I thought I heard somebody eating something. That was a leaf sliding down the roof. Oh, I can't say that I like that. Definitely has like a bittery taste. Let me taste one from the one that's not malting. That one's not as bad. Yeah, this other one is definitely malting, and it has this. I don't like the taste. I don't like the taste. Now, is it still edible? Yeah, if you're okay with that bittery taste. Would you eat it in a salad just by itself? Probably not, but you could probably get away with mixing it with other leafy greens. All right, I did not come out here to give you guys a garden tour, but here we are. This is our broccoli rabe. It's just so beautiful. Look at that. I will come out and do another garden tour, another update, another day, because this is not the day. Today, the plan was to get our herbs, wash them, hang dry them, and then preserve the ones that we already have dried. So again, we just have our lemon balm and our oregano. That's all we have to do today for the herbs. And then we will see what herbs that we have inside that need to be preserved. We only have 3 herbs to preserve. We have our basil, we have some yarrow, and then we have some horehound. That's pretty good. Usually I have this whole cork board is filled with herbs that need to be preserved. So this is not going to take us that long. Let's get our oregano and our lemon balm and rinse that off and get it hung up. Oregano, we're not going to hang that up. I'm probably going to put the oregano in the oven today just because I really don't feel like doing anything else but that. So yeah, we're going to put it on a flat cookie sheet. We don't have any parchment paper, so we're just going to put it on the flat cookie sheet. Put the oven on our lowest temperature, and ours goes down to 170. And we're going to leave the door a little bit open of the oven, and we're just going to cook it. Not cook it. See, that's the problem. We're not cooking it. We are going to dry it low and slow because we want to preserve as much. Why are we so crooked? we want we want to preserve as much of the beneficial properties from the oregano as we can. And hopefully y'all can hear me. We're in a functioning kitchen, so my husband's functioning in the kitchen, which is fine. We have our oregano on our pan, just like this, spaced out. That's a piece of lemon balm. So is this. And so is this. Okay, so we have our oregano spaced out on our sheet. All we're going to do is pop it in our oven. And we're going to leave our oven door just open a little bit until our oregano is all the way dried. Next, we have our lemon balm. We're just going to take some twine, and I've reused my twine over and over again. There's no reason for me to keep cutting new pieces. And we're just going to bundle this up just like this. Tie it really tight. Just like that. I'm just going to tie this. So now it is tied right there. I know that's lemon balm. I can smell it. If I wanted to, I will come and put just a little bit of masking tape or write a little label to put what it is. But because I only harvest, this is the only thing that's going to be hanging up here, I know what it is. It's lemon balm. So this is going to sit here and dry, and then we will preserve it. Once it's dry, we will grind it up into a smaller consistency and then jar it up so it can be used for our teas and our tinctures that we make. But right now, I'll be back because my husband made breakfast. So I'm going to make breakfast. I'm going to eat breakfast, and then I'll come back and we will preserve our basil, our yarrow, and our horehound. All right, now that we are finished eating, we are going to preserve our herbs. And we are going to get our cup for our blender. I just have this little Ninja bullet that I use to blend my herbs up in. And as you can tell, I have really been using it because I've blended up some turmeric root in here and cannot get this turmeric stain out of there, no matter how much I wash it and clean it. So let's start with our basil. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to grind our basil up and put it directly into our shaker. We have our basil in here. Just gonna put our top on. And it's still not as fine as I want it, so we're just gonna keep pulsing. Actually, I'm just gonna pulse it up just a little bit more so I can make sure they're at a size that can come out of our holes of our shaker. There we go. Alright, so we are just going to put our funnel in here, and I had such a hard time figuring out what that thing was that I used the last time. And I had it right. It was definitely a funnel, a canning funnel. So we're just going to shake our herbs in there just like that. There we have it. Some more dried basil. And next we have our yarrow. I'm just going to put all these stems in here like this, and then we'll strain it through the sifter. You saw the little ferns. I don't know if that's a name for it, on the yarrow, the fresh yarrow, when we were outside. I would be sitting here forever trying to separate those from the stem. So we are going to put it in here and blend it up. Okay, so now let's get our sifter. We did good. We grounded them stems up really good. This is all we have left. I'm gonna pop this right on this towel in here, and we will dump it in our compost. And then there is our ground up yarrow. So now we got our yarrow jar. Let me get the funnel. There's our yarrow. Last but not least is our horehound. We're not going to be saving the stems, but just the leaves. We're going to remove it from the stems just like that, and it's just so easy. And once we have our dried oregano, our rosemary, all of that stuff, we can do the same like that. The stem is so easily stripped with a finger, just like that. And there we have our horehound. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me today. I really appreciate it if you made it this far in the video. I really appreciate you spending some of your time with me. We have done what we needed to do. Actually, we did not do it all. I did not show you how to harvest the seeds from the holy basil, nor did I had a couple of plants that I wanted to plant up, just like 2. I'll do that off camera, but yeah. Let me go check the holy basil seeds real quick, because I know it had been drizzling outside. And if they're wet, then this isn't the right time. We're going to need to let them dry. So they're actually dry. Our holy basil flowers are actually dry. And I took them off because it is going to rain today. So I don't want them to get wet again and then have to go through the whole drying process. I think it might be raining or drizzling the next couple of days. So it's a good thing that we actually took these off. Simply, I'm going to just show you a basic step of what I do to harvest the seeds. I get myself a little bit of beans, and these are black-eyed peas that I harvested over the summer. And essentially what we are going to do is get our jar, drop our flowers in here, put our lid back on, and shake this up. I'm a little concerned that there might not be any seeds inside of these flowers, because I was trying to check some of them. I didn't really see much, but where there's flowers, there's seeds. When you have seeds that are really small, this is going to be your best bet to get those seeds out of the flowers. The beans are going to be shaking and beating up against these flowers and releasing all the seeds. I see a bunch of seeds. All right. I think that's pretty good. So what we're going to do now is get our strainer again. So we got our beans with our seeds and our flowers in it. We got our sifter and our plate. And all we're going to do is dump this out just like this and shake. Now, you can't, let me see, let me transfer to a different type of plate. Now, I don't know if you can see these little specks on here. Little tiny specks. Those are the holy basil seeds. We're going to pick out our beans from out of here. And then we have in our hand if we gently blow, we can get rid of some of those. And if you can see that, those are more holy basil seeds right there. It's just that simple and easy. Of course, it's a little bit more time consuming than, say, harvesting some squash, pumpkin. Of course, it's a little bit more tedious than that, but definitely well worth the time and effort. This one might actually work. These holes look a little bit bigger that it will drop my seeds in, but leave my flowers behind. Yes, perfect, 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 perfect. Do you see all of those seeds on there? All of these are our holy basil seeds. We have our medicinal herb binder. We are going to find our holy basil. We have holy basil right here. It says collected 2024. That is in the same time frame. So we're going to put these seeds together with these ones that we've already collected. These are holy basil seeds in here that I collected throughout the summer and fall. So now we're going to add more to our collection. Just going to slide it in off of my plate just like that. And there we have it. More seeds from our holy basil plant. And if you want any information, any links to any of the things that I use, like the sifters, the jars, the binders, the inserts, the seed collecting packets, all of that stuff is linked down in the description. Every video that I post and I use something that I purchased from Amazon or Mountain Rose Herbs or a seed company or even Walmart, everything that I purchase that I use in a video, I tag it and add the link down in the description. So it's always there. I'm in the process of creating my Amazon storefront. So if I do post any links to Amazon, they are linked to my affiliate page because I am a part of the affiliate program. So if you click on any Amazon links from our description, from our bio, any of that, it is linked to Godly Garden Homestead. And I'm really not sure exactly how that works because I just started it recently, but I think we get a small commission if you purchase it directly through our link, which will be amazing and help pour back into our channel, our homestead, all of the things that we are doing and using. So again, if you would like to purchase any of the things that you see, there is a link there for you. You can also just click on it, look up what it is, and pull it up on your own Amazon account if you don't want to use the link that we provided. It's not mandatory at all, but it's there for your convenience, for us to help you, and in turn, you help us. So that is going to be it for today. I am going to go outside and plant these 2 premier kales that I am going to plant out today. Our peppers that we were our peppers that we have winterized, we have chopped down and all of that stuff. Just go check the shorts. Go look at the shorts so you can see what is happening with those, because those things are growing. They got flowers on them. Peppers about to start growing on them, and we were trying to make them go dormant, but they were like, "No, girl, we're still trying to live. We got peppers to produce, so we just gonna let them do what they want to do, and we're just going to be there to support them." So that is it. I'm done with the long story. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I'm not sorry. I have quite a bit to share, and I would love to hear what you have to share. Also, thank you again for continuing this journey with us. See, I got it right that time. I didn't say this journeying, whatever I was saying before. Thank you for continuing this journey with us as we are on this adventure. We want to continue to interact with you. We want to grow. We want to hear all of the things that are going on in your garden, all of the things that are going on in your home, what tips you have, what comments, what suggestions, what questions you have. We are here for you, and we pray that you are there for us as well. If you did like this video, make sure you hit the like button. It really helps us. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. We would love to grow with you and have you in our community of homesteading, of gardening, of herbalism, of all of those things, just being followers of Christ who are wanting to learn about the medicinal plants, the herbs, the vegetables that God has so graciously gifted us with. So again, we thank you, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.